situation. Now, what is the cause of fear? The cause of fear is ignorance. Ignorance of our true nature. We are not aware of what we really are, and ignorance of the nature of reality, the nature of the universe, what the universe is, what we are, and what others are, and what the universe is, and what the purpose of the universe is, and what the purpose of our temporary physical manifestation in the universe is. If we understood all of that, if we experienced all of that, we would not fear. So, what is the cause of fear? It's ignorance. We are an immortal, indestructible spiritual consciousness, which is temporarily incarnated in a physical body. This consciousness cannot die, it cannot be burned, it cannot be cut into pieces, it cannot be destroyed in any way, it cannot be demeaned in any way. Its value can neither be increased or decreased. But when it is in the body, it forgets itself. It's called Maya, or illusion. It forgets its own true nature. And forgetting its own true nature, losing the awareness of its true immortal self, seeking to see what it is, it identifies with the body and the mind. So this consciousness, immortal consciousness, which I am, when it's in the body, forgets temporarily its real immortal self and identifies with a temporary vehicle of manifestation, which is the body and the personality. The moment I say, and the moment I am programmed by my parents and all of society to believe that I am the body and that I am the personality, immediately I feel fear, because the body is vulnerable both to death and to harm, and the personality is vulnerable to harm, to hurt feelings, and it's also vulnerable to disappearance. So we could say that all of the fears which a person has are based on the basic belief that I am this body, I am this personality. That creates a need to attach ourselves to certain situations. It creates a twofold force, the force of attraction or addiction, and the force of aversion or repulsion, as we want certain things because we believe they give us security and self-worth, and we don't want other things like illness or rejection or criticism because we feel that they put us in danger. So that creates, fear creates attachment and aversion. And once we get caught up in attachment and aversion, that creates increased fear, because now being addicted to certain things outside of ourselves, we fear not being able to sustain them. So it's not enough that I fear I won't be able to find a spouse or to find a partner. Once I get it, I live in a continual fear of losing the partner. Or I feel jealous towards other persons who connect with that person. That is, our lack of self-fulfillment, of inner fulfillment, causes us to fear not having, to fear losing when we have, to feel jealous towards others who have what we feel we might have, to feel bitter towards people who prevent us from having what we believe we must have. And all those emotions are based on fear, on the basic idea that I am this body, I am this personality. Now, let's make this distinction. We're not saying that we do not have a body and we do not have a personality. It's the verb am and have which we have to distinguish here. That is, I have a piece of paper, I am not the piece of paper. I have a car, I am not the car. How do I know that? Because when I get to my destination, I get out of the car. So I have a body in which I get into at the beginning of life and I get out of at the end of life. Either I am a soul or I am a body. I cannot be both. The body is the vehicle of the soul. It's a useful and important vehicle which I want to take care of with exercises, healthy eating, breathing techniques, relaxation, and take care of the mind with concentration techniques, with meditation, with analysis, but not to believe I am those. Then fear is created. So that is the cause of fear. Now those fears, that basic fear is harm to the body or disappearance of the body, and harm to the mind or disappearance of the mind. But those four fears can manifest as hundreds of other fears. I will read to you a listing of a questionnaire, the results of a questionnaire which we gave a long number of years ago, asking people to tell us what things they feared. In this particular questionnaire, we did not list any fears. We let them just think by themselves. We gave them a blank piece of paper. In recent years, we have given out a list, and that list has now 188 different fears. It's in Greek. We haven't translated it into English yet, so I will not be able to give it to you this time around. But I will read to you an old list, which was made up simply from people writing on a blank piece of paper. To be abandoned, 2 persons. Death, 17 persons. This is a group of 40 people. Illness, 13. To become old, 13. Sex, 3 persons. Unfamiliar people, 8 persons. Failure, 3. To be ridiculous, 2. Loneliness, 12. Bad dreams, 1. Criticism, 3. Change, 1. To make a mistake, 8. Darkness, 12 persons. Whenever I don't say a number, it means just one person. Of being in love, big spiders, police stories, the rough sea, drowning, 3 persons. To be uncapable, 2 persons. Airplanes, 6. Elevators, 3. Tunnels, fire, 6. Ships, 3. Cars, 3. Cancer, birds, death of a loved one, 6. Scorpions, 1. Aggression, swimming in the deep sea, 2. Life itself, storms, 2. To lose energy, not to be attractive to men, not to have enough food, to grow spiritually. Gatherings, 3 persons. To make spelling mistakes. Financial insecurity. Gossiping persons. The car breakdowns. The lack of self-confidence. Worms. Speed. Dirty-looking people. Being divorced. My husband's temper. That my phone conversations are heard by others. A nervous breakdown. Falling while snow skiing. Cats and mice. Snakes, 5 persons. Car accidents. Earthquakes, 2 persons. This was about a week before the big earthquake, about 10 years ago.